On July 29, 2020, a Louisiana police officer stopped a vehicle on the highway for speeding. The car was found to contain something terrifying.
I popped the trunk, saw there's a dead body in the trunk.
Mitchell not only exceeded the speed limit by almost 35 kilometers per hour, but also did not have a driver's license.
Do you have your driver's license?
No, sir.
Do you have a driver's license?
No, sir.
And why are you driving?
I was just
Okay.
going home.
For this offense alone, he faced a fine of up to $500 and 6 months in prison, not to mention the fine for speeding. However, the officer was unaware that Mitchell would have much bigger problems than just a speeding fine.
Step here. Step here to me. Look at me, Michael. Make eye contact with me. Step out here. Step over here. Is there any weed in the car? Yes or no?
It's just a doobie in the ashtray, like.
Okay.
Other than that, there's
anything else?
Dizzy.
All right. You be honest with me, I'll be honest with you. I ain't looking for no roach. You hear me?
Yes, sir.
Is there anything else in there?
Dizzy.
The officer wanted to hold Mitchell accountable not only for driving under the influence, but also for other potential issues. The 18-year-old teenager, speeding in a car that smelled of marijuana, suggested to the officer that there might be something more serious at play than just a boy driving too fast. Before the police officer asked to search the car for drugs, Mitchell began to behave more suspiciously.
All right, where are you headed right now?
I was just headed back home.
Okay. Where's home? What's your address? No, stop. Come here. Where do you live? It's easy. It's easy to answer this. Where do you live? You don't know how to drive to your house?
I was coming from there, how I got lost.
So what's the address?
No.
Admitted there's a small amount of marijuana in the car, and I've smelled it. It's probable cause. Can I take a look in your car? It's yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Nothing? Okay.
Mitchell consented to a search of his car. The officer, looking for marijuana and any other drugs, unexpectedly found numerous bullet holes on the entire left side of the car. It became increasingly clear to the officer that something was amiss. The suspect was likely involved in something much more serious than initially thought.
And now, step here. When did all this happen? When did all that happen?
That happened.
When?
My brother, he said it.
How long ago? Days?
Yeah, it was like.
Okay, come back. Just leave this here. Come back here. Just stay right here in front of my car. Is this your wrench? Hey, Jeff. Hey, it's Jesse again. I'm sorry to bother you. I'm here about a mile north. About a mile north of LA 4 on LA 17. I got this. I got a orange and black Chevy Camaro stopped. I had him stopped for speeding, 73 and a 55, and it's got bullet holes all in the driver's side, right by the door. And he said he thinks his brother said his car was in something 2 nights ago.
A check of the car yielded no drugs, but it revealed inconsistencies in Mitchell's story. His address did not match the one he gave, and the car was registered to a person with a different surname. The situation, already complicated, took an even stranger turn when a random person arrived at the scene, claiming that his family was looking for him.
Okay.
His family in Monroe is looking for him. They sent me out here.
Okay. All right. Well, I got somebody pulling up behind me, scooter. All right. Thank you, fella. Hey, now. Who are you?
They don't scare me to death.
Well, how are y'all here?
Cause my people from Monroe, that's them on the phone.
What do you mean they were looking for him?
They looking for him. The car missing. Hey.
Okay, give me the phone. Hey, man.
Hey, how you doing?
Okay, what? His name is Michael. He's not given that name, though.
This person's name differed from both Mitchell's and the car owner's, adding to the confusion. The police officer was clearly perplexed, as the routine traffic stop evolved into a real mystery. However, the officer was determined to get to the bottom of it.
I just had this guy said that there's a kid that's been reported missing, and that they took the car from Monroe, and he lied to me about his last name, his address and where he's from, that the daddy's looking at him. Some random guy pulls up behind me, said, "Hey, this guy's looking for that kid. I need to know if this car has been reported missing, stolen." And yeah.
Gradually, things began to clear up. If Mitchell was telling the truth, it seemed that his brother allowed him to drive a car that was stolen from its original owner. However, this still didn't explain the bullet holes, why Mitchell lied about his address, or why a random person arrived looking for him, knowing he was driving that car. Adding to the complexity, the officer received a radio message about a missing person report amidst all this chaos.
What I'm being told is that the boy who gave him permission to use the car is missing. So he's lying his ass off. We go looking for the person who owns the car, find out that the son of the owner of the car is missing, and now we got bullet holes all in the car.
I got you.
So something's
Bad, right?
the only thing he lied about was his address in Winsboro. So he don't have a driver's license, but he lied about living down here. I don't know what he thought that was going to do, but
He lives in Monroe.
lives in Richwood. And the car is registered out of Monroe to the. I don't know who's supposed to be calling me. They said somebody was supposed to call me. The y'all sheriff's office said somebody was calling me.
After several phone calls, it was discovered that the missing person was Michael Robinson, the presumed brother of the boy at the scene and the one who had given him permission to drive the car. The ownership of the car was still unclear, but the police officer decided to put that aside and conduct a second search of the car with backup.
I'm gonna do the obvious thing I want to do. Hey. Yep. Put your hands up. Put your hands up. Put your hands up. Put your hand behind your back. Put your hands behind your back. Don't move. Do you understand? Don't move. To get you into court of law, you have a right to an attorney. Have one present during any questioning. At any time, you can choose not to make any statements or answer any questions. Do you understand? If you cannot afford an attorney, one will be appointed to represent you by the court. Do you understand?
In this search, they found the body of Michael Robinson in the trunk, revealing a shocking turn of events. Michael Robinson was not Mitchell's relative, but rather a random victim of an armed robbery in which Mitchell had participated. Mitchell had shot Robinson several times, placed his body in the trunk, and was on his way to dispose of it in Winsboro when he was stopped for speeding. Michael Mitchell is charged with armed robbery and second-degree murder of Michael Robinson. Currently, Mitchell is awaiting trial and is likely to be sentenced to life imprisonment.